Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the 144,000 and the rest of the helpful elect. All right, I'm going to do a lesson on this phrasing called existential angst. All right. Basically, I just heard it in the show and I didn't know what it meant, so I just Googled it. And I'll just read it. It says, it is generally held to be a negative feeling arising from the experience of human freedom and responsibility. So then I went a little further. And it says, what does existential angst feel like? It says, existential anxiety is a feeling of dread or panic that arises when a person confronts the limitations of their existence, thoughts of death, the meaninglessness of life, or the insignificance of self can all trigger existential anxiety. People may feel overwhelmed, hopeless, and helpless. And really, I hope this lesson is edifying. After reading this definition, I immediately said, man, I need to do a lesson on that because that's really the sentiment in the world right now. All right. That's the straight up, that's how people are feeling. All right. Now, on one hand, you got the hopeful elect, the men of the Lord. We are sighing and crying for the abominations that are committed in the midst thereof. All right. So let me see. The book of Ezekiel 9:4. It says, and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that mark mean, that word in the Hebrew is tawah, would mean exemption from judgment. So the Most High is going to place basically a hedge around, his believers to not experience the judgment that everybody else is going to experience. All right, so we actually have hope. Basically, existential angst is basically feeling without hope. All right, and these people have been lied to. The American dream turned out to be a nightmare. Feminism turned out to be the wrong answer, right? And what you see now is everybody is languishing. All right. Everybody's complaining, and a lot of people is coming to the reality of there is no hope. All right. Let me see. We brought this out at camp yesterday. Zephaniah 1. I'm gonna read the last couple of verses. Let me see. Zephaniah 1:15. It says, that day is a day of wrath. It's talking about the day of the Lord. All right. It says a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. All right. So it's not basically the phrase, and people say, you got a bright future. No, you don't have a bright future. You have a dark and gloomy future. And that reality is pressing on people. Some people are still trying to fight it. They're trying to fight it by chasing endorphins and chasing serotonin and dopamine. And how do they chase it? Through eating. All right. Going out to eat, doing drugs. All right. Sex. All right. Just turn up. All battling the reality of the condition of life right now. Now, when you jump to, I'm gonna read the day of the Lord, all right? Because the day of the Lord hates it greatly, all right? I think, let me see, Amos 5. Let's see, 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is darkness and not light, right? It's going to be light to those who's glad as his appearing, who's patiently, hopingly, so like you're patiently waiting and hoping for his return, to be delivered out of this, this hellish condition. All right. See, that's the thing. We actually have hope. Let me see. 1 Peter 1:3. Blessed be the power and Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which according to his abundant mercy hath begotten us again unto a lively hope. So the things that we hope in and the things that we believe in are alive. It's real. It's reality. We actually hoping in reality. These people are living the surreal life. That word surreal basically means not real. Let's look it up real quick, see what surreal means. Surreal. Having the qualities of surrealism, bizarre, unreal, bizarre, unusual. And that's this life. All right. That's this life under Esau, Edom, the conditions and the laws that you live in the earth. Everything is bugged, freakish, strange, weird, unearthly. This ain't how the earth was supposed to be. Uncanny, dreamlike. That's why in Job it says, when Esau's done away with, it shall be like a dream. All right. So back into Peter, it says, hath begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Yahweh Shai Mashiach from the dead. Right, because the prophecies and the things we speak and preach through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai on the corners, it come to pass. So it's real. So if all of the prophecies come to pass regarding the doom and the gloom and the MOT to the B and the World War III, then the other half gonna come to pass as well. The salvation, being delivered from the destruction, the kingdom of heaven, the blessings. So that's what we have been begotten to, the hopeful believers. These other people is through. Okay. Let me see. Sirach 34:1. The hopes of a man void of understanding, void mean without. Understanding is talking about this wisdom. So if you got hope and it's without regard to the truth of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, guess what? It says, are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. So your hopes are vain and false. And the thing is, a lot of people is coming to that realization. That's why you got the YouTube videos with the women are complaining and men are complaining and various people are complaining. Like, they lied to us. All right. Like I said earlier, a lot of people still forcing it. Right, still they forcing it and they masking it with means of pleasure and but a lot of people is just faced with the reality of it. Like, nah, like we've been lied to. All right, you got a lot of women coming out, a lot of career women coming out, and this applies to the men too. But I guess through the spirit, I'm harping more on the women somewhat with my examples, because, hey, that's who was deceived the most. Men and women are and were deceived in this society, but they got women the most, because they created a situation to separate women from their man, and a man is a hedge, is a protection. Okay, so they've separated man from his protection, which is the Most High, which is his God, his power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and then they've separated man, a woman from her God, her power. A man is basically a god to a woman. All right, if you can understand that. All right, he's not God, but he's likened unto a god over a woman. All right, he's have total and complete authority over a woman. All right. Hell, if a woman, when you read the scriptures, if a woman make a vow to the Most High, her husband can disannul that if he pleased to, if he so choose. If she want to go on a fast and a certain fast, and he don't want her to do that just yet, he can go in there. No, you gonna wait on that, or put a hold on that. That's the extent of that. And Esau, Edom, this society have separated you from the authority of your man. Hell, it had you to look down upon it. All right. And so now the whole world is languishing in existential angst. Let me grab because I said language again. Gotta grab Isaiah 24. And where was I at before that? Oh, I was in Amos. Isaiah 24. It says, verse 4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth. Languisheth basically means to droop. All right, we can look it up. You're not at your full, you're not at, you're not flourishing. Languish of a person or other living thing, lose or lack vitality. You lack vitality. You're basically decrepit. You ain't functioning. You functioning at 20, 30%. Grow weak or feeble. All right. Suffer from being forced to remain in an unpleasant place or situation. Yes, this American system is unpleasant. All right. And it becomes more and more unpleasant by the day. With the more laws, the more hellish conditions, the more destruction of the food, destruction of the education and medicine. All right. That is being compounded upon each other. All right. And people are feeling the squeeze. It says the earth also is defiled verse 4 again. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Yeah, the so-called white people. Another word for haughty is proud. All right. They supposed to be on top, and even they through. Opioid epidemic, low birth rate. The so-called white woman being infinitely more involved with so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws. Yeah, Esau, Edom, the system that he put in place, so-called white man, his structured reality, the way he structured reality is in total opposition to nature. So everything through. The bees through. When the last time you seen a butterfly? When the last time you seen a ladybug? All right? You used to grow up seeing those things. And those orange things that resemble ladybugs, they're not ladybugs. They are called Japanese beetles. All right? They actually hurt and destroy they don't work with the natural order of things in America. All right? We used to grow up and say, oh, them the boys and the red ones is the girls. No. All right? Hell, the ladybug is very vital to the ecosystems out here with the different little insects that they eat that destroy crops and vegetation. One ladybug in their lifetime will eat 20,000 different insects that will destroy vegetation. Just one. Okay? And them devils was importing the Japanese beetle as as early as the early 1900s. Purposely disrupting the economy. See, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Ecosystem. I said economy, but it works a little. Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. See, this is the devil. Verse 6, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. So people through, everybody through. You ain't finna be in America 80, 90, 100 walking upright. All right. Riding horses like they showed. They got videos, clips of people living in other countries. Israelites living in South America where their economy, their ecosystem is not as destroyed. They show 80, 90-year-old man wrangling cattle, jumping up and climbing up, horses, chasing cattle down, straight up farming. An older woman, 80, 90 up in age-year-old woman chopping wood. Hell, I ain't never chopped no wood. 80, 90-year-old woman chopping wood and working around the farm and just vibrant, vital, like full of life. Vitality basically means life force, energy. All right, but under Esau's rule, especially in America, all right, the people languish. There's loss of vitality, loss of force, loss of energy. All right, so jumping back, right, and I brought out the Ezekiel 9:4 because we signed and crying for the abominations committed in the midst thereof. We signed and crying because of the unrighteousness that we witness. Like Habakkuk said, why do you cause me to behold? See, I'll read that too. Habakkuk 1:1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Right, how long we going to be teaching and preaching and complaining against this devil? All right, before you save us. Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Why doest thou show me iniquity? All right, you see two what you call it? What's the word they used back in the day? Anyway, you see two men pushing a baby, all right, with a baby, and you just know, right? You just know. You see things like that, man. You see podcasts like Angela Yee. Here it is, a 48, 50-year-old woman who's supposed to be teaching other young women how to be proper women. You see her talking about, rod sizes and threesomes and all type of stuff. And calls me to behold grievance, for spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. And here it is, we saying the right things, and people cussing us out. All right, people telling us we wrong and we bad. People saying we evil, because we standing up for what's right. And that's why our cry and complaint coming from. But you people crying complaint coming from not being able to turn up the way you want to turn up, not being able to enjoy the earth, even with wickedness. All right, you ain't mad at the wickedness. The scripture speaks about being valiant for the truth. You're not valiant for the truth. Jeremiah 9:3. If I can see what this top says. Yeah, I'm gonna start at the top. Jeremiah 9:1. Oh, that my head were waters and my eyes a fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain of the daughter of my people. Right, because you see what happened to our people in some situations. It'd be, be like, damn, it's fucked up. You kind of feel pity, but then on the other end, like, look, it's the judgment of the Lord. All right, nobody perished being innocent. And then they won't listen. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them, for they be all adulterers, an assembly of treacherous men. That's why, look, when you go out places, you avoid the places where our people at, man, because there's always something. All right, it's always something. Even when it ain't something, it's something. You don't even want to be around them, man. It says, and they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. Yeah, listen to some conversations, especially some so-called niggas. All right, you Latinos, y'all are hella through too. Just listen to some of y'all simple conversations, man. None of them conversations, more often than not, involves passion for what's right, passion for the truth. Even if it's somewhat, it's some people with a certain handle on certain things, but it be incomplete. All right, and having some of it right ain't good enough. Jake be right over here, then they be wrong over here. Jake could be talking about how the world messed up, right? How the food poisoning, they diet might be together. It'd be like, okay, you got a good diet. Won't eat pork and shrimp and all that. Be like, okay. And then 5-10 minutes later, they talking about going commit adultery. You see? It says, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth, for they proceed from evil to evil. From one one thing to the next. It's just a compilation of wickedness. And they know not me, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. I was going to go back to the Amos, but I think the point was made. Lord willing, this was an edifying list to the hopeful elect. Once again, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the 144, the 144,000, and the rest of the hopeful elect.